An intriguing Friday here at the Mexico City Grand Prix, and you join me in a very loud Mexico City paddock as well. Bit of a party going on every night, it turns out, with a DJ here and lots of fans getting to sample the local tastes as they come into the paddock. But on track, it was pretty fascinating because we saw 9 rookies in FP1, so it felt like a bit of a disjointed day. In FP2, it was Max Verstappen who'd missed the first session, who went quickest and looked very good over one lap, but was really unhappy with his car in terms of race pace, and he did seem to be struggling compared to the likes of actually Mercedes and Ferrari. Ferrari looking very good here. McLaren not quite where they wanted to be either, but it looks like 4 teams that have the potential, if they get everything right, to be in the mix for the win. So that could be a curveball in the title fight. Off track though, there was a bit of intrigue as well. A lot of talk about the cost cap because we haven't had the accounts finalised for 2024 yet from the FIA. They've been looking at all the submissions from the different teams. Aston Martin have come out and said, actually, we were in procedural breach. They had extenuating circumstances to do with their auditor, and it meant they couldn't submit audited accounts ahead of the March 31st deadline. They did submit unaudited ones, and the FIA were happy with knowing that was coming. They got to look at those, compare them to the audited ones when they were handed over past the deadline, and were happy that everything was in order. But it's still a breach of the procedure. So there's going to be an agreement reached at that point, an accepted breach agreement between Aston Martin and the FIA. Both sides seem pretty happy with where that's at. But we still don't have all of the others finalised, and that's led a number of teams to speculate that there could be someone else who has breached. Nobody yet confirming it's them. Quite a few defensive answers actually when you do ask around about how the process is going, but every team waiting to finally get an outcome from the FIA. It's more than 6 weeks after we had it in the last 2 years. In the first year there was the breach by Red Bull. They're obviously watching this very closely because they got a heavy punishment, sporting punishment, for breaching it in the first year. Now into year 4, it'd be interesting to see if anyone has actually exceeded the cost cap, and if so, why, and what any punishment might be, or if this delay is just the FIA being thorough with it being very complex and that Aston Martin situation. So it's bubbling away at the moment, it's got people talking, but the FIA think in the next couple of weeks they'll be able to finalise the situation. So we'll bring you news of that later on, but first it'll be what happens on track tomorrow, and it could well be that 4-way fight for pole position, which will be crucial here at altitude. So I'll be back tomorrow with the outcome.